Hey guys, it is me, Mug Cooks for Lives from the Spell. And today's video is going to be covering the basics of shifting. Now, if you don't know what shifting is, it is when you change your structure. I don't know how to explain it. But say you're like a normal human, you could shift to change to like a wolf or shift to change to like a mermaid, but I'm not sure about fairy, that might work. There's usually 3 or 4 steps. I've got like loads of sheets. 4 steps usually, but one of them technically doesn't count as a step. The first step would be the fantasy shift, also known as F shift, which is where you draw your mermaid, add details like webbed hands, or like gills, or a big lung. They are optional, you don't have to have them, but you can if you want. Sorry. And you can also like live in certain areas. This was really making no sense. For example, actually, yeah, I'll tell you about that in a minute. Like where your type of mermaid would live, depending on what type they are. Stage 2 would be the mental shift. It's where you change your mindset to a mermaid or a merman, slash act like one, or you know, wear clothing like them, like you could have like earrings of seashells, or what are they called, starfish, or like maybe a necklace. Another bit I forgot to tell you of stage 2, which is mental shift, is when you meditate. Sorry, the camera's a bit off. I'm really trying to stand it up. And so you're meditating. You will need 2 items. One which shows your human side, for example, would be my phone, because I love it so much. And then the other would be your mermaid side. Now, it's not only, but there's like 2 ways I know of. The first one, pardon me, another one of the mental shift, which I haven't told you, is meditate. Sorry about that. That's basically when you will... I've explained this so many times. It's basically where you'll be like, you're not exactly in a dream state, but you'll be like kind of awake, kind of asleep, you know what I mean, like meditating. And this is like an exercise. You need 2 items, well, not like while you're actually meditating, like in your meditate state, you know what I mean? And like when you get there, there's either 2 places, there's like, or you can make your own, but there's one, which is the one I've done. It's where I'm on a giant hill, and like I open my eyes, and ahead of me is palm trees and a moon, sun like setting, not a moon setting, a sun setting, and a moon rising. I don't get it, but it's magic. And then like I look to my right, and there's like an amazing waterfall. As long as it's a body of water, you'll be fine. And then you need the human item in your left hand and the mermaid item in your right hand, and you want to go up to the water and you want to place your mer offering. So like, say mine would be a shell, I would place it down and say, please let me see the true me, the mermaid me, or merman me. You want to then grab your phone or personal item and throw it into the water. This is the one I did. And then you want to close your eyes, and when you open them again, you'll see you in your mer form. And as soon as that's happened, then you can like get in the water, and you have to visualize your tail like form, like your legs go together. The only rule is you can't wear like anything on your bottom, so like you can't wear underwear, you can't wear like pants or anything, but you can wear dresses and you can wear tops, which is good. And then like you're in the water, and like your legs will like start to stick together, and like once they've stuck together, now you're just pretty much a mermaid, but without a fin. Makes sense. You want your feet slash legs to extend like a tiny bit, like not massive, but like a little bit. And then for your fluke slash fin, you want it to be 2 of your feet. So say this is one of my feet, this is like 2 of my feet, okay? Which means that's one side of my fin, and then there'd be another one on the other side. You know what I mean? But anyway, you want to imagine your feet being together like this, pointed, and then you want to imagine them spreading either like this or like this. You know what I mean? I hope you know what I mean. Yeah, and then you can swim, and then when you get out the water, you sit on a rock, and you want to calm yourself, and then you want to just like let the rock disappear, and you fall through darkness. And then you want your mermaid you to fall down. This sounds really confusing. Fall down from the ceiling and gently go in your body, if you know what I mean. It sounds really bad. And then the second method is you're on a beach, you have your items again, apart from you walk to the seashore, sea line, whatever it's called, and you want to look at the ocean. You want to turn around so the ocean's behind you to your back, and you want to throw your human item on land. You want to turn around with your mermaid item, place it, like do the offering like I just said about the last one, get in the water, take your item with you. I don't know why, but I find it works better. Well, I've heard it works better if you take your item with you. Yeah, so if you take your item with you, apparently it makes it better. You have to still visualize the shifting process as well. But like when you crawl up, you still got to like crawl on the rock and imagine you falling through. So the only difference is the scene. Like the scene doesn't matter unless it's like really soothing to you. As I have said, you can create your own. So that is the mental shift. Stage 3. Well, I mean, it's not really a stage. It's more like it's kind of a side effect, but it's not. You want to I don't know how to explain this. Randomly, you will feel like you're not at home or like in the sea, and you'll feel like really sad, like you're not there and you really want to be there. And like sometimes there's a chance of this happening. Your mer will take over you, like what you basically do in a mental shift. So like basically, but as I forgot to tell you, but when you're doing your mental shift, when you let your merge in, like there's 2 steps. There's meditation, which I just told you about, and then there's changing your mindset to the mermaid and acting like one. When you change your mindset to a mermaid, you're basically letting the mermaid you take over. But like I wouldn't do it for a long period of time. I do it for like 5 minutes maximum, until you can control it. Because you know that's what I've done. And that's what the mental flare is. Basically, sometimes it'll just take over randomly, or like you'll feel really sad that you're not at your home / the ocean. Next is the physical shift, which is by far the most hardest and the most painful. It's basically when you're in the bath or pool or something, or like lake or wherever you'll be shifting, and you want to visualize your tail forming. Okay, just say these are my legs. This looks really weird. You want to imagine your legs coming together as one, like so. This looks really dodgy. Coming together like so, like this. And then you want to imagine your fluke appear. You want your, well, the colour in your tail or legs. You can like then get scales, or you can have your legs smooth. And then like your scales will change, and then that's basically it. But I have got to do more research on the physical shift because I haven't fully understand it. I will make a video if you don't understand. I'll make separate videos for like the fantasy shift, mental flare, physical shift. I'll be doing all of them like in separate videos. This is just like a little thing to tell you. So pretty soon there will be a mermaid types going up, so you can know what type of mermaid you are by where you're living and what I've chose. So this is the end of this video. Bye guys!